All right, and our last volume notes here is going to be talking about the volume of a sphere. So the volume of a sphere, our formula is volume equals 4/3. So if you remember with the cones in the pyramid, we were talking about 1/3. This is 4/3 for a sphere. 4/3 times pi r cubed. So it looks kind of similar to the area formula for a circle, pi r squared, but we have a 4/3 out in front and it's cubed because it's volume. So 4/3 pi r cubed is the volume of a sphere. So for this first example, a sphere has a diameter of 60. What is its exact volume, so in terms of pi, and volume to the nearest cubic inch, so rounded. So we have a diameter of 60, so that means our radius is half of that, so 30 inches. And so we just plug in the radius into our volume formula, because radius is the only measurement you need to know for a sphere to find the volume. So volume equals 4/3 pi r, which is 30 cubed. Okay, so when you plug that in your calculator, there's not a handy-dandy like cubed button readily available on your calculator like there is for squared. So I'm going to show you what you can do in your calculator. So when we want to type this in, we'll have parentheses 4/3, then our pi button, so second caret, and then 30 cubed. So we can put our 30 in parentheses. And then to get the cubed, if you just hit the caret button, and then 3, that'll give you 30 cubed. And so when we do that, we get this huge number. Let me carry this so I can copy it down. And so we get 113,097 if we round to the nearest cubic inch, inches cubed. So that's the rounded one. If we wanted it to, in terms of pi, we would do that multiplication just without the pi. So 4 divided by 3, and then your 30 caret 3, 30 to the third, 30 cubed. And that would give us 36,000 pi inches cubed. Alright, so you just have to use the caret button in order to do the cubes. You could find it if you hit the math button under that first menu. There's a cubed there too, but that's just more buttons you have to hit. It's just a little quicker to just do the caret. Okay, the second example, we're going to use our volume formula to solve for a missing radius. So they tell us that the volume of the sphere is 4,443 meters cubed. What is the radius? So volume is 4443, and our radius is what we're trying to find. So we use our formula, plug in what we know. So 4,443 equals 4/3 pi r cubed. We need to solve for r. So again, I'm going to take the stuff that's not the r on this side and multiply it together. So I just have one number I need to deal with. So 4,443 equals, and then I can do 4/3 pi using the pi button in my calculator. And it gives me 4.189 r cubed. And then to get r by itself, we need to get rid of that 4.189, so we divide both sides by 4.189. And that gives us 1,060.63 equals r cubed. And then to get the r by itself, we need to take the cubed root. Not the square root, the cubed root. So cubed root of both sides. And so I'll show you two ways that you can plug that in your calculator. Okay. So we want to do the cubed root. My video thing's not working. Okay, well, I can't get my video thing to work, so I can show you on the calculator. but I will walk you through it. So you kind of have two options for how you want to, or for how you can plug this cubed root in your calculator. So option 1 is to treat the cubed root as a rational exponent, meaning a fractional exponent. And so we can say that the cubed root, because the cubed root is the same as raising something to the 1/3 power. So you could, in your calculator, in parentheses, do your 1060.63, close your parentheses, and then hit your caret button, and then in parentheses put 1/3, 1 divided by 3, and hit enter. And you'll get R equals 10.2 meters in this case. You could also, there is a button for cubed root. If you hit the math button and go down to option 4, that's the cubed root. So you could do math, option 4, hit enter, and then type in your 1060.63, close the parenthesis, hit enter, and that'll still give you 10.2. So you have two options. If you can either use the caret and do the 1/3 power, the fractional power, or you can use the math, hit the math button, and just find the cubed root symbol there in your calculator. Okay, so that is it for this lesson. So there'll be a couple quick check questions, self-assessment. Bring any questions you have to the Google Meet.